how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. It is time for my monthly favorites. This is a roundup of the products that really stood out to me in the last month. I tried lots of good things last month. I really did want to rein it in a little bit, so it was like really showcasing the best of the best from the last month, but I do have quite the pile here. I have some makeup, hair care, perfume, I have some clothing items and shoes, my favorite book of the month, just a random assortment of things to share from the month of November. Before we hop into my favorites video, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and YouTube shorts and TikTok and all that good stuff by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessories today go, this is just a pair of Huggies from a random boutique I got in New York, little Amazon plugs, Windlestraw Studio earrings, and you can use my code BATTYBEAN to save, and a Louisa necklace, and this is just a random ring. I have no clue where it's from. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about all my favorite things from the month of November. Let's just do makeup first. I feel like that's always a good place to start, and we'll start with this product because I personally use it as a primer. You could also use it as a highlighter. I know people use this type of a product for highlighter. I personally like it as a primer. If you know, you know, I love the Glossier Future Dew primer. Well, recently they sent me a little package, which was so cool. I've never gotten makeup from them before, or anything for that matter. But part of the package was the Future Dew Solid, and I'd never even heard of this, but it's the Future Dew product, but in a solid stick form. This is amazing. This is gonna be my go-to for travel. I honestly need to stop using it and save it for travel because it's not a liquid. I don't have to put it in my liquids bag, and this is like my #1 favorite primer. It just leaves such a beautiful, glowy appearance on the skin, and again, you could use it as a highlighter if you want to, because it gives just a very natural kind of glowy look. But again, I personally like it as a face primer. I just think it's so pretty. I am so happy about this. I'm so excited this exists. I had no idea this existed. So this is a game changer for me. And for reference, I have normal to dry skin, just in case that matters to you, if this is something you might be interested in. Moving on to, I guess, bronzer. Bronzer would be the next step of makeup as far as things I have to talk about. What's Up Beauty recently launched bronzers and blushes. And I do like the blushes a lot as well, but the bronzer really stands out to me. I personally have the shade Light because I'm a ghost. This is so cool. It's so pretty. I love this sort of marbled effect, and I wasn't really sure about the purple going through it. I was like, what is that gonna do? It just makes everything look better. Plain and simple. This does not look orangey at all on my skin. I mean, I do have like kind of a peachy blush on today, so ignore that. But as far as the bronzer on my face, I just feel like this is such a beautiful color. It's very just soft, kind of natural looking. It builds up really nicely. Like, it's not too overkill. Like, even that swatch, I feel like swatching bronzer is never really accurate anyways, but it's very soft, very light. It doesn't look just like too much or too overkill or too orange, and I can build it up to the level that I want it to be, and it just looks amazing. This is honestly probably one of my top favorite bronzers now. I just love the effect of it. It has a little bit of like almost a satiny sheen to it. It's not glowy by any means. Like, I don't even think it's advertised to be glowy. It just says baked and pressed powder blush. But I feel like for me, I wear a lot of glowy products, and I feel like the glow can still shine through this. It doesn't look flat. It just looks beautiful, and I'm very, very impressed with this. Moving on to blush. These came out at the end of October, but I've been using these a lot throughout this month. But it's the new Paranormal Plush Cream Blushes from Unearthly. I think these are gorgeous. They are so, so pretty, and I just cannot stop wearing them. We have Burnt Rose. This is actually the one I'm wearing today. I do have a powder blush topped over it, but it's just so pretty. These have great pigmentation. They blend out so beautifully, very much a blurred effect as they're blending out. And they're not like a flat matte, but they're definitely not like super dewy either. This one is Wilted Blossom. Again, just so, so pretty. I love the effect of these. And like, as you blend it out, like I'll kind of try to show you, it very much gives like a blurred sort of effect. These are really unique. They kind of like go on like a cream, but then almost blend out looking like a powder. And then this one is Blood Moon. So pretty. I love layering these together. I love layering other products with them. I think this is just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful formula. I tend to do any cream product before I set with powder, but I feel like with this specific formula, I can layer this over top of powder if I want to, and it doesn't really disrupt anything. These are so pretty. I really like these colors. I think they're fun and unique, and for there only being 3, I feel like that's a pretty good variety because they're all so different, but I would love to see the brand expand this range and give us more shades because this formula is incredible. Next up, moving on to eyes, I have some eye pencils to talk about before we get into eyeshadow palettes. Recently, Lethal Cosmetics launched the Spellcraft collection, and part of that collection are these multi-chrome pencils. And I think they're so pretty, and this packaging just tickles me. It looks like gel pens from middle school. It's so stinking cute. But I've been really impressed with these. And now multi-chrome eye pencils aren't a new idea. I have some from Kaleidos that came out years ago. I know ColourPop did some. I don't have those in particular. Even NYX had a couple with the Beetlejuice collection. So this isn't a new concept, but I think these were executed really well. I'll just do kind of a quick swatcheroo. This one is Transcend. It's sort of like a soft baby blue into a seafoamy green, almost a little pearly looking. It's hard to even show what it looks like, but it's very, very pretty. These are very, I feel like, light and reflective, which is, I feel like, different than what I have normally with my multi-chrome pencils. This one is Verve. It's actually what I have in my waterline right now. I feel like this is kind of like a soft pink into a green. This one has a little bit more punch to it than that first one as far as just like depth goes. The first one's a lot lighter. This one is Synapse. It's very much a like, I just put that right on top of the Future Dew, didn't I? Let me do a take two there. There we go, that's better. This is like a blue-green. It's very, very pretty. Again, just so metallic and reflective. That's what I really like about these is I love how just intensely reflective they are. They're just so pretty in the eyes. This one is Hypnotic. It's kind of like a pinky purple. I really like this one. And last is Sublime. This is another really light one. It's at like the edge of my hand here. It's so hard to see. But it's like a very soft, like golden yellow into a peach. Very cool. Again, I just love how reflective they are. I feel like they're very creamy. They go into my waterline really well. They personally stay put for me very nicely, but I also don't really have an issue with my waterline like running too much and causing my eye pencil to disappear. So yeah, I just wanted to shout these out because I think they're very fun. I like the colors. I like the shifts. I think they're different than the ones that I already have, which is nice. Moving on to eyeshadow palettes, this was tough to narrow down at all because I feel like I've just tried so many good palettes lately, but I did narrow it down to 5. I think 5 is where I decided to land with it. And honestly, I feel like this could have been more palettes, but I haven't tried the cosmic brushes yet as of the moment that I'm filming this. That video will be up before this video, so I have a feeling those will become favorites by the end of December if I keep using them and loving them. But I haven't tried them yet, so that's why they're not here. But just know those are very much on my mind and I can't wait to play with them. That video again will already be up. Also, I miscounted. I said 5. I definitely have 6 palettes here. I think 2 of them I was just lumping as one because Dede Signature came out with just so many bangers. 2 are re-releases with the better formula and 1 is a brand new palette. And I just love these. These make me so happy. These are my favorite releases the brand has ever done. These are the ones that were previous palettes in the past. This is Jingle Bell Ruby and I just love her. She is so stinking gorgeous, like such a fun take on like Christmassy vibes. The shimmers are incredible. And I feel like the matte formula has just gotten really, really easy to work with as she's improved. I feel like they're pigmented and blendable and I really, really enjoy them. A little bit of a drier formula, but like in a good way. This is the Classic Autumn, just absolutely stunning. I love these colors, just like the grungy autumn tones. And then the newest palette, it's definitely going to be in the running for like one of my top favorite palettes ever because I just love this color story and the formulas are so good. This is the Fearless Holiday. Like, are you kidding me with this color story? It's so pretty. I think this is so fun. It's definitely giving like updated Ace Beauty flair, which used to be my favorite palette years ago. So I'm very excited about this one. I think it is so pretty. I'm having a great time with these palettes. I think they are very much a standout. Another standout for me was the Just a Taste palette from Unearthly. I just think this is gorgeous and I'm very much into these colors right now. I feel like this is very grungy winter. This is very like autumn, Halloween. I feel like this is very much a good transition from fall into winter. Same with the Fearless Holiday, honestly. But just so cute. I love these formulas. Unearthly, again, has really stepped it up over the years, and I feel like these shimmers are just so smooth, metallic, sparkly. The mattes are so easy to work with. I love these colors. This is a great release. I really like this one. I wanted to shout out the Lethal Cosmetics Spellcraft for a couple different reasons. One, the packaging is just everything. It looks like a little book. It like unsnaps and then you open it up and it's a book on the inside of eyeshadows. It's just so pretty. I love these different shimmers. Everything is so sparkly and so gorgeous. It's definitely not the most unique color story I've seen. I feel like we've seen these dusty purple vibes a lot of times, but I feel like I personally just never get sick of it. But I wanted to shout it out just because the formulas are really good. I really enjoy Lethal. I think their mattes are just beautiful. They're pigmented and blendable, and the shimmers are just so ultra like sparkly metallic. Like I always feel just so pretty when I wear these shadows. So I did want to shout this one out because I think it's a great palette. And last but not least is actually what I'm wearing right now. It's the Light in Your Eyes palette from Ensley Reign. This is so pretty. So pretty. I'm honestly just astounded by it. I think it's so good. I love all these beautiful, shifty, magical shimmers. They're so pretty. Like my lids look like they are wet. It is so nice. All these mattes, it's such a good variety. For me, I see this palette as very much like neutrals with a twist or spicy neutrals. I love kind of the cool tone browns paired with these grungy kind of dusty shades. It's so pretty. I love a palette like this. Like this is a way to like make neutrals, but make it fun. I feel like everything is just so gorgeous. I love just the way these all play together. The shimmers are stunning. Everything is so just sparkly and shifty, and the mattes blend so nicely. I'm really into this one. And that is officially it for makeup. Everything else is gonna move on to other categories. I do have a hair care favorite. I recently picked up this Briogeo like slick stick during the Sephora sale. I did not make a big Sephora sale order at all. I mostly just picked up a couple things that I either needed to restock or just a couple things I needed to have in my collection. And I really needed like a sleek stick, so I picked this up. And I think it's really good. Like it's so nice for like really slicked back styles like I have today. It's like definitely has a texture to it because it needs something to hold the hairs back, but it doesn't feel nasty. Prior to me having this, I was just using like, you know, a lot of hairspray and just hoping for the best. This actually still feels nice, and I feel like I can still brush through it at the end of the day if my intention is to also do a slick back the next day before hair washing day. So I just wanted to shout this out. This is one of those products that like I've needed in my life for a while, just because I knew it would make my life easier when I do up styles, and I just didn't have one. So yeah, I have this now, and I really like it. I'd heard good things about this one specifically, so I picked it up. Moving on to fragrances, I feel like one of the things I always like to pick up during the Sephora sale is a mini Kayali fragrance. I did pick up 2 scents. I love both of them though. One of them is the Sugar Rock Candy or something like that. It smells really nice, but I just personally haven't been drawn to wear it right now. The one I have been drawn to wear though is this one, the Burning Cherry. This is so delicious. I love the smell of this. It's just like warm, sweet and fruity, but it's so, oh, it's just so good. I feel like this is very winter. It's so good, especially if you're like me and you tend to like more of a fruity or a sweeter scent. I'm not really someone who's into florals or anything that's too typically anything that's too warm, I'm not super into either. I feel like this is just the perfect balance for me. I love this so much. And I've also been pairing it with this one from Glossier a lot. In that package that Glossier sent me, they sent me 3 little minis of their perfumes, which I was so excited about because I've never tried any before. They sent me the traditional Glossier U. I think it's the Glossier Dew, is that what it was called? I don't remember. And then this is the Rev. The Rev is the one I've been wearing the most. Again, I like the other 2, but this is the one that I've been actively wearing, and I love pairing these together. And I also just feel like they match, like so unintentional, but it worked so well. The flavors just go together so nicely. This one is also kind of like a warm sweet, but not in like an overly warm way. I just feel like when scents are too warm on me, it just smells wrong. It feels a little sick to me. These are both just like the perfect amount of sweet and warm that I love, and they go together in literal perfect harmony. I cannot get over wearing them combined. It's just like I'm smelling myself right now and I just love it so much. I have a couple clothing items. I guess first we can talk shoes. I did pick up the Doc Martens collaboration with Wednesday. We have like the Nevermore little label. I love the like little purple tag instead of the traditional yellow because it is Wednesday. And the spider web print is just everything. This is the Jaden boot, which is already my favorite. I love the platform. I love the zip because it's just so much easier to put on than lacing and unlacing all the time. I love just the subtle spider web because they basically just look solid black, but then they have that spider web texture. This is everything. I've been wearing these every single day for the most part. I just think they're so good. The little aglet has like little stripies on it. It's just Perfect. So perfect. Like all Doc Martens, they definitely take time to break in, but I do feel like I've had an easier time breaking these in than I usually do, so that's nice. But I just love these, so I wanted to shout them out because I literally cannot stop wearing them. I'm so glad I treated myself to these. I don't know if they're still available by the time this video goes up because I think this was like a limited edition collab. Everything that I can, I will link down below, but I know they also had other styles of shoes as well if you're not like into boots, but you do want like the Wednesday vibe. I was tempted by multiple pairs of shoes, honestly, but these were the winner for me. I also have some bodysuits I wanted to shout out. I've mentioned them before. I think back in like probably March or April in a favorites video, I shouted out the Pumi, I think is how you say it, bodysuit brand on Amazon. I love their bodysuits. For the longest time throughout like spring and summer, I was wearing a lot of just like the traditional like tank top style bodysuits. I have multiple colors. I have like black, white, a lavender, a blue, so many fun colors. And then I've since added more and more to my collection over the months. One of which being this one. It's just like a solid black scoop neck. They make multiple colors, of course. I have this one that isn't a long sleeve, but I wanted to shout out as well. This is more of like a square mock neck style. I love this shape. Like this is one of my new favorite shapes. I just love the cut of it. I've worn it multiple times. You've probably seen me wear it. If you've seen me wear anything that looks like this, it's this. Every time. Going back to long sleeves, I also have a like turtleneck one, which I love. I personally love wearing these like turtleneck bodysuits with like a baggy t-shirt over it. I just think the layering effect is so stinking cute. So I wanted to shout this out as well. The material is just so soft. It's stretchy, it's comfy. I love just like the soft buttery feel of it. These are such good bodysuits. I literally wear them all the time. Last is this one that I feel like I always get compliments on when I've worn it over the last few months. It's another long sleeve one, but it has this like meshy design on it. It's kind of hard to show when it's not on, but it has like this meshy design where it kind of looks like a sweetheart sort of neckline, and then like the whole like top shoulders is sheer. If you've seen me wear it, it's this. It's this bodysuit. I feel like it just looks so pretty, kind of romantic. It's just cute. It's just very cute. And I wanted to shout those out because I just recently purchased some more bodysuits in like other shades. Like that mock neck one I purchased in a red because I thought that would be really cute for like a Christmassy outfit. I purchased one of the turtlenecks in white because I thought that would layer really cute with some t-shirts and stuff like that. But I just wanted to shout those out. I love them always, but since I recently repurchased some new colors, I figured I would shout them out again because they're just so good. And I feel like if you need a bodysuit, great brand, like pretty affordable pricing, very comfy, very flattering. I wear them all the time, so I feel like they wash nicely and wear nicely, and I'm just very happy with these. Last but not least, I figured I would shout out my favorite book of the month. I never want to talk about too many books just because my reading wrap-up Get Ready With Me is right around the corner. It's usually like the next video or two after my favorites video, so I don't want to be too repetitive, but I will shout out my favorite book that I've read in the month so far, and I think it will remain that way because I don't think the book I'm reading right now is going to become a favorite. I'll be honest with you. I'll get to that in that video. I will pop a picture on the screen because it was just an ebook from my Libby app, but I've been wanting to read this for a while. It was highly recommended to me multiple times, but it's We Used to Live Here by Marcus Klewer. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. This was such a fun thriller. I enjoyed it like greatly. I didn't realize it going into it, but I guess this is based on posts on Reddit from the No Sleep Reddit where people like make up stories and share them. And they're just really good. Like they always feel like they're real even though they're not. I think No Sleep is all fiction on Reddit. I could be wrong. I'm not like the biggest Reddit user. And I guess this book is also getting turned into a movie, which is super fun. But basically we have Eve and her girlfriend Charlie. They buy this house like kind of out in the middle of nowhere, I think in Oregon, with the plans to fix it up and sell it. This is kind of what they've always done, is buy houses, fix them up, sell them. Everything seems great. They've always done this. Nothing is unusual thus far. That is until this family, Thomas, his wife, and his kids show up at the house and he wants to walk around. This was his childhood home. He wants to show his family what's going on. Charlie is gone at this point and Eve is of course skeptical because it's like, why are these people here? Why do they want to go in my house? But she's kind of a little bit of a pushover. So she ends up letting them in the house to check out the place so that they can just leave after that. As soon as they enter though, weird stuff immediately starts happening. And I don't want to say any more than that because I feel like there's just so much to unravel on your own. And I loved going into it not knowing anything that was going to happen. But I just was so engrossed in this story. I felt like I was never quite sure where things were gonna go. The ending really took me by surprise and it definitely leaves you guessing of like, what actually happened. It has you questioning reality, what's real, what's not. It was so good. I ended up giving it 4 stars. It wasn't quite a 5-star feeling for me, but I really, really enjoyed it. I told Zane he needs to reserve it on Libby so he can read it too and we can discuss it together because I was really, really into it. It was just so captivating and I'm excited to see what they do with it in a movie setting. I think it's gonna be so good. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up for this month's favorites video. I appreciate you being here and for watching. I would love to hear what your favorites are. Are you loving any of the same things as me? What has stood out to you in the month of November? Do you have any favorite makeup items, skincare, food, movies, music, anything at all? Let me know your favorites. And it doesn't even have to be anything new. Like these bodysuits aren't technically new, but I just felt like the extra need to shout them out right now. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave your current favorite emoji? And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And also you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. I'd also love it if you popped over to my second channel if you want some additional content. That'll be in my description box. And you can also join my channel memberships also in my description box. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks and I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.